So here we are on what I guess is the third turn of Origins. The first player, Blue, took 2 draws, one of which he's planning on playing. He'll be able to get socialization or whatever. But the second of them is one of these biddable cards. Again, nobody has any elders, so they can't bid. So he'll be getting that, and it's worth victory points. Personal names, which will add to stability roll during phase 4, which is the chaos check. But we have to roll for a natural catastrophe here. The Dansgaard Oskar changes from savannas to deserts. Yellow spots become uninhabitable. Now, some people are living on such. And they just die off, I guess. Blue is going to actually place this in innovation, as is black. No. See, losing population down to 0 would be horrible, no. That's just unacceptable. So, now we continue with the card play. They get this. Nobody can bid on it. So it's theirs automatically. And now they're going to play this Cave Art card, which gives them the ability to clear their neocortex. See, their innovation is going down. It also gives them a drop there if they want it. They don't. They want to make sure they also have a population action. And anything else? Do I want to play this as a discard? It could be useful to other people, but my card was more useful. I think I'm going to cover the card that I had with this. We'll see if people can uncover it, but right now it seems of value. This card is really useless to me, and maybe useless to everyone actually. This guy doesn't have hand, which he could get from it. He's the only person who can get a gain from it. Okay. Other abilities. Well, stability is fine. It's time to grow. He can't even move through deserts. So can he get anywhere of value? I do not see a place he can go that's useful. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can make an attack on someone. There really isn't much to do here. Some of these require something, I think. Like acculturation required something. It's not mentioned on the play aid, of course. So let's look. Lower number of star icons. What are those? Those are these? That doesn't seem right. I'm not sure what it is. I think that may be it, but who knows? Because I don't see any other stars anywhere. No culture card. Who's got a culture card? Ah, that's this stuff. Gotcha. Okay. So you need at least some of them. Sabine Raid, you have to attack, which requires a migration or a population increase action. So all he can really do is charge out and attack someone. 1, 2, 3. The only person he can attack is white. 1, 2, 3. He'll do that. White doesn't have any metallurgy, so he's able to kill him off. And we'll put that under population. White will take it under innovation, so their population doesn't drop too low. Well, green's goal here at this point is really to reach stage 2, and they can do that. All they need is an exclamation point, and there's one sitting here. They're going to go for that. So for their draw, they will use scavenging to pull this card up. And what's great about scavenging is that you're not taking it random. You can try to aim for what you want. They only have one innovation action. They'll play the card. They don't get any bonus on elders because they don't have any. But they do get rid of this. I'll put it in population for now. And what else does green have? Green has the metallurgy. I don't believe they can get to this red piece. There's too much frozen stuff and desert in the way. 1, 2, no, they get blocked off here. So there's really no way that they can advance in that direction. They'd like to have boats because then maybe they could get over into these uninhabited areas, but they don't. They've just reached level 2. Whatever that means. It does mean that their card flips over. And I don't know if it means that they get any tokens for it. I'm going to have to stop and try to look up and figure out what that segment of the rules, where it's buried and what places it's hiding in. So now at this point, some interesting questions come in the resolution of victory. How do you win the game? Well, we've already kind of gone into this. You end winning the game when somebody enters the Dark Age of Era 4 in this version, which means they're up to Era 3. The only way to move to a new era from now on, Era 2, you can reach by just filling your brain map. Every other era you reach by entering a Dark Age. That's the only way you can advance an era. You could stay in the same Dark Age actually as well if you want it. I.e., this is important, especially if you're trying to win if you're at the Era 3 Golden Age, you move to the Dark Age, and you can't win. You may not want to move into the Era 4 Dark Age. Okay, so let's assume that's the case, that you have that option. But how do you win? Well, you win either by the public card ranks or the number of Elder Pool units you have. So the winning player, and to this you add innovation and population, the winning player is going to have to get their innovation and population up at least as high as anyone else. That shouldn't be too hard if they're advancing. But they also have to have enough elders to make up for the points that other people have in their repertoire. Because here's the thing. When you enter a Dark Age, your entire repertoire is flipped face down. And you can't have those points anymore. So I think it's actually plausible for a player to stay perhaps in I'm not sure what the trade-off is here, but this guy, for example, when you enter a Golden Age, you get to flip one repertoire card in each era, in each box. But it would be possible to collect a lot of repertoire cards, perhaps. Well, maybe not, because there's only so many in each era, right? So if you haven't advanced to the higher eras, you're not going to be able to get these. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a way of getting... There may be other ways of flipping them over, though, that I haven't noticed in the actions. In which case, it would be possible to make yourself more potent than a level 1 can be in terms of these cards. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that's all going to play out, but it's definitely something where you have a choice when you end the game you wouldn't be doing it unless you're winning. Whatever that is, positive or negative towards the view of things. Okay, so now I get to do some expansion with green, and we'll keep moving. Okay, so for black's draw, they were missing a hand, so they stole the card from his table, or from his discards, using the imitator ability. That hand went back here. They're still not in level 2, but they had something kind of cool in their hand. Hand an acorn gives them an elder, and now they get to take a card and put it in the producer side. That's the most elders they can have, though, because they have a limit for their total elder pool equal to the number of metropolises plus 1. They've got to start building cities. How can they do that? Well, the only way that I think it can be done is by the domestication table, and you can domesticate metals and the like, as well as other things. What do they need for it? Well, they don't have the values yet to get that. So right now they have an elder, but not much they can do with it. Alright. They've played their cards. Their stability's fine. They get their population action. We'll notice green shifted over so that they can move up and fill this space now. They were badly positioned as to total population, racing for that Bering Strait that they couldn't cross. So, black can conceivably do something similar. They have nowhere they can go. See, they're stuck down here. They can't cross this. They can't cross the jungle. They can't cross the desert. So they can't really do anything of value. Anything in the population they could do, they could steal an elder. They could do a Sabine raid if they attacked. There's really no actions that are available to them. So they're going to have to skip their population action. White has 2 innovation actions. They were holding a card that needs a hand, so they took the hand card alone. But they also, they have a choice here. They have a lot of choices, really. They could get an elder. I don't view that as terribly valuable. They could get seafaring or raft building, which is, I think, what they're going to go for. And then the other option would be to get something that puts them into the second era. Second era is nice. They need a second exclamation point to do that, but they're afraid the raft might be gone or not available to them. So they're going to take this. And now the order that they play their cards is important. They have to play this one first, which gets them the hand. And they'll put that there. Now their innovation is going to slow down. It's just what happens when you start developing your brain as you get stupider, right? Now for the second one, they have their options. They're going to play the raft first because most people don't really care about the exclamation point, and there are 2 of them available. So by playing the raft, this is red, they now go up to boats, and they can move over any straits that they like. Okay, and now they're going to play the third card. They can play as many as they like to remove an exclamation point, making them even stupider, and to give them an elder, which they will play in the producer side. And that's as many as they can have as well, because they haven't advanced very much. Now they get to do their population action. They get 1, and I think they can make it somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up to here. Now that's the area green just opened up for them. Green, oh, they can't do that. They can't walk over deserts. 1, 2, how about 3? That's clear. Tough call where they want to go, but I think they'll go there. They're pretty safe there from being enslaved or whatever. All right. So that's pretty much their turn, and now we get to hit the white turn, and I'll give some thought to that. So white has 2 cards they can take too, and they want this one because it gives an elder. Figure they might as well get an elder out of it. They can play it. They have those. They need to create 2 exclamation points and an acorn, I believe. Now here's the problem. They could grab another exclamation point. There are a couple of them available to them, but there's no acorn available to them. They can draw a card and hope to get one, or they could just pull the exclamation point. Drawing a card has twice as much chance, I think, because there's both exclamation and acorn. They the raft they would love, but here's the thing. The raft only gives them level 1 in the boats, I think. I don't know whether or not you can jump these. That's something I have to look up. See, it says you may move the corresponding infrastructure unit 1 stage. Oh, it's bounded. Yeah. Okay, so the card can only take you to level 1, and it'll take you 1 level. So those old cards are still useful to the people who are falling behind. The new cards may be needed for higher advances. He's going to draw a card for a random bonus because I don't see anything else I really want to do. Doing things like the lexicalization. It might be valuable, but this might be cool too. And he got some other kind of level 1 boat as an option. But he also got something that'll give him that acorn. So he's got to decide which he wants. Play this first. And that gives me an elder. And then I'll play this, which gives me acorn and would allow me to reduce my population. I don't want to do that. Population growth, definitely want to do. I have a boat, so I can go 1, 2. I can't make it anywhere useful. 1, 2, 3, 4. There are people there. People there. This one is the best I can do, because this isn't really a hex, I guess. I don't know, because it's got a thing. I would say it is a hex. Wow, I don't think I'm going to be able to grow. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can't reach anyone either. Well, I'll just move closer so that I can attack next time, I guess. Because there aren't many population effects I can take. And the thing is, still, nobody's got the points they need to be able to start building cities yet. Alright, that looks like it's pretty much the end of this turn. Whatever this is, 4 or something like that. Let's start the next one. I'm sorry for going so much in detail here, but I'm still working out what's going on and how the game is working. So I figure if it's taking me that much trouble, it may be useful from your side to be seeing where the decision making's being made.